Hello, it's Wessel here, and thanks for joining me as I continue on my adventures in SnowRunner on hard mode. And today we're up to day 23 here in North Carolina, and we're starting to make a pretty big dent in the contracts here in Flatlands. So today I'm hoping we can knock over maybe another one. This one we're working on now, Lost and Found. And then we'll see if we can start on heading back into Oviro Hills and in fact up to Reactive Zone for the, what is that? Ooh, static pressure, I think it is. One of the next contracts anyway. But we're going to focus on coming up here to the mine first of all, and then bring back a couple of garbage skips that we will find up there. And they have to come back to the drowned port. We'll start out in the Mack. In fact, today pretty much will only be in the Mack, I think. But we'll just see how it goes. We might winch the Freightliner along behind us at one stage. Here we go. So that's the first part of Lost and Found. And then there's two little garbage bins over here. We'll come and get those. Turning around a bit, but he's not cooperating very much. And then once again, like we did with the cargo containers, we'll just give him a little push. That's heaps. Probably almost pushed him too far. But that'll be all right. Get the other one. And then we'll take these two down to the loading dock at the port. Rightio. So let's head down to the port. Take his gate out. Alright, so I'm going to go back the way I came, back down to the main road, and then around, past the garage, straight down to the port. Here's the main road, so we're happily back there. Then we'll just run around to the garage and on. And then we'll really made a bit of a dent in the tasks here at Flatlands. There are still a few contracts to go. We've still got to do some seismic vibrator work. We've still got to do some water deliveries. But we might focus on restoring the power. After this lot. So I'm going to grab the little scout and bring him with me. Just this last bit, so he doesn't have to do it on his own. Turn that off. Grab the scout. Now we're going to bring the scout back to the garage, and then we're probably just going to sell it because we've already got a scout. I should actually go through my trucks and see which ones I've got duplicates of. So I think I've got a couple of Don 71s now. After we got the one at Heinlein Bay. Just come over onto the grass to pull him off so he's not right in the middle of the road. Go there. And we'll head on down to the port. Actually, I'm going to take a photo there because I reckon that's going to look pretty cute coming through there. Just a moment and we'll take a photo. Okay. Let's not stall the engine. Alright, so down to the port now. And then when we're there, we'll load up a couple of multi-stage pumps, which are what we need for the static pressure contract. So this part's not too bad, but gets a bit muddy right at the very end. But I think we'll be okay. Take this guy around to the other side, past this great big trailer here, the drilling, I don't know what it is actually. Oh, it's a, yeah, I can't remember. We had it before, I think way back in like Alaska, I think it was. No, not Alaska. Ontario, no, not Ontario. No, I'm not sure. One of the ones earlier on. Oh, there's a naughty little boat there just to stop us. Okay, so here we are. 1, 2. So there's our lost and found done. So that's pretty cool. Must be getting tired of all the floods and construction projects. Oh well, pickup went well. So take a little something out to the miners' pay and give it to me instead. I agree. Alright. So I'm just going to stop the engine there and have a quick little look at what we've got. We've got living on the outskirts 2. We've got living on the outskirts 1, which has also popped up. And we've got refueling. So there's a couple of things that have popped up that we need to do. Living on the outskirts 2 needs us to take some water to this house up here. Okay, we're not going to do that right now. What we are going to do right now is start to focus on these guys so that we can get these power lines and power grid going. But in order to get to power grid, we have to finish static pressure. So static pressure needs 4 multi-stage pumps to get delivered to the turbine hall in the nuclear power plant in Reactive Zone. And we get them from here. And multi-stage pumps are a 2-slot cargo. Alright, so I'm going to accept that. I'm going to put fire into that one now. So we've got to go back to our loading dock. Oh, I don't like that. Couldn't see where I was going for a minute there. Come back to the loading dock and load up 2 multi-stage pumps. I wonder if it makes more sense to get the trailer and do the Freightliner as well. It wasn't what I was planning. I think it does actually, now I think about it. Oh, maybe. Okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to load up 2 here. Now, I am very nervous, well, a bit nervous, of loading these multi-stage pumps, mostly because there's a bug, or there was, I don't know if it's still there, that makes them basically unliftable. So let's try and do a multi-stage pump onto the loading platform. There it is. So then we'll see if I can lift it. Because there was a bug before that once you did this, it became impossible to move. And it looks like it's still there. See, we can't. We now, that pump is now physically stuck to the loading port. Alright, I'm going to stop there because I've just changed my mind. Oh my gosh. How amazing. I've changed my mind on how I'm going to run this. I'm going to take the Freightliner. So this is all a bit unplanned, which is not quite what I like doing. Detach the trailer, start the engine. I'm going to take the Freightliner and go back and get that side flatbed semi-trailer that we had left. Now it may well end up, because I haven't really thought this through, this may well end up being no great improvement in terms of progress, but I'm thinking we may be clever here. My original plan was that I was going to take the Mack all the way back there, take the Freightliner with the fuel trailer just into Oviro Hills and leave it there. But I think it's a little bit of going out of my way to get the trailer now, but not too bad. It's annoying that I could have brought this trailer back when I first came down to get the fuel trailer again, so that would have been more efficient to have brought the flatbed back as soon as I sort of completed the essentials task. But anyway, what I'm going to do is we're going to go and get it, and then we'll head straight over to the port, and we'll load both of the multi-stage pumps onto the two trailers. Then we can run in tandem to go to the power plant. And then after that, we can use we can leave the trailer there, and we can head back via Oviro Hills to pick up the water tanker, which we would have had to have done anyway. So I'm sort of hoping that we get ourselves in a better state. Because otherwise we would have pretty much come all the way back from the power plant to here with the Mack with an empty trailer. So a bit of a waste. So it's a pity that I left this here in the first place, over the fuel station, whereas I could have brought it back to where the fuel tanker now is, which would have been much better. But it's okay. I'll make a note of it if it works out for next time. So we'll come back and get that trailer. Refuel while we're up here. And head all the way back round to the port and be able to get all 4 multi-stage pumps. Alright, so a bit of a run. Pop the all-wheel drive back on, a little bit better. I don't know if we'll manage to deliver these multi-stage pumps to the nuclear plant today, but we'll certainly give it a shot. Yeah, sometimes plans are well made, other times it's like, well, why don't we try something different? So we're going to head over to the port. She might jump in the driver's seat because we haven't done much work in the driver's seat for a while. It sort of tells us I don't know, I guess there's a 1980s sort of truck. Looking at those buttons. Maybe 70s. Crash into the excavator. Yeah, so because of that bug with the multi-stage pump being stuck to the loading dock, I'll auto-load these ones, which cost a little bit of money, but only a little bit. There's a couple of loading things in this region that are not quite what you'd expect. We've got this one, where basically it just seems to be stuck to the loading dock. And then in Oviro Hills, we'll find that when we load the train tracks or rail section, it basically sits perpendicular to the dock, not parallel to it. So it doesn't go along the dock, it goes across the dock. So that can be quite tricky when you have your truck parked there and suddenly the train tracks get dropped in the middle of your truck, causing massive damage and potentially pushing the truck over. That's a bug. And then there's one more up in the cabin fabricating plant, where, similar to this, the cabin gets dropped onto the loading dock, but basically is stuck, so it doesn't move, which is a pity. But you know, it is what it is. At least if you know about these, you can sort of prepare for them. Okay, let's hop out of there so we can see where we're going. Now, I'm hoping that the multi-stage pump might actually be free now, because I've changed trucks and driven around a bit. We will see. If it's not, I'll remove it. So it's gone. Change. See how we go this time. No, still not going anywhere. So we could pull our own truck over trying to get this thing out. We're not going to do that. We are going to remove cargo once we're looking at it. And we're going to auto load to... Oh, see, this is where it's so annoying. I'm going to auto load a concrete block first, because I want that for getting rusty, another task. And then we'll put a multi-stage pump, 1, 2. Okay. So that gives us a concrete block and a multi-stage pump, or 2 multi-stage pumps. I'm just going to come out of the drowned port area and then pull up. Right, yeah, that ought to do. And we'll hop back into the Freightliner. I'm just going to have a little think about when I get... I think I'm going to do the same thing, because I think getting rusty... Oh, let's have a look. Let's have a look at getting rusty. There's a task called getting rusty, obviously, because I'm saying it. Right, that needs 2 wooden planks and 2 concrete blocks. Okay. Right. So, I've got one of them. So this guy's going to do exactly the same thing as the... Well, look at that turning circle. Good job. Yeah, going to load exactly the same as we just did. And again, I'm not going to get too fussed about it being auto-loaded. It is what it is. It's the price you pay. Concrete block. 1, 2. Our concrete block. And 2 multi-stage pumps. Okay. So we'll catch up now to the Mack, and then we'll take both of these 2 back into Oviro Hills. So it'll be a bit of slow going, but we'll get there. And we'll also take the fuel trailer with us. Just a bit closer. let's get on with it. It's just going to be now a matter of grinding our way back over to the gateway. I'll then detach one of the trucks and nip back and get the fuel trailer. Oh, but it won't really matter because we can't bring all of it through in one go. So we might end up leaving the fuel trailer right at the gateway. So I don't really want to go back and forth and back and forth. Although it might be what we have to do just to get things done. It's surprising how slow these two trucks go together, but they're both pretty quick on their own. So I'm surprised that we're as slow as we are when we're dragging these two. So we may end up, if we get into any trouble at all, splitting them and just running on with one and then the other. This is definitely pretty slow going. Yes, we've got those two concrete blocks on board for the Getting Rusty task contract, which we'll be doing in a little while. Just going to run this convoy down to the gateway, then come back and get the fuel trailer. we'll just head back and get the fuel trailer now. Probably going to be quicker to turn around actually. Let's just get in back here, get this fuel trailer, bring it over. I'm going to leave it right here at the gateway because unfortunately I can't take it through with us. We don't have enough connections. So we'll just pull it up here. Refuel from the fuel trailer to the Freightliner and the Mack. In fact, I can't leave it here, can I? Because I can't get back to my other trailer. So back we go. Leave it more about here. Sneak back and get my other trailer. I just don't know. I actually wonder if I should. I'm going to bring it through. I'm going to do, again, changing my mind all the time, but that's okay. So we'll travel through to Oviro Hills separately, first with the Mack and the fuel trailer, and then with the Freightliner. So it'll be a little bit of an annoying loading of Oviro Hills stuff, but it can't be helped. Unfortunately, I couldn't bring all three things through at once. Yeah, good enough. Alright, so I'm just going to right here. And then just get the fuel trailer so it's not right in the middle of the drop zone. Now eventually I want to take this fuel trailer up and leave it more closer to the railway station. But for the moment, I'm just going to bring it somewhere I can park it safely. Just here. So I can just sit there. And we'll come back and get it later on. And get our other trailer, bring it a little bit further forward, and then we'll be ready to continue on our run with the Freightliner as well. So we'll just park there. Might as well refuel while we're here. No, not that way, silly sausage. That way, right. And then back to Flatland to the Freightliner. So we have to wait while it loads, and then we'll bring the Freightliner through. So a little bit of map swapping, which is always annoying, but can't be helped. Here's what it is. Right, so we've got our cargo. We're all good. Let's go through. So then we come back into Oviro Hills. So then we'll have both trucks in Oviro Hills, and should be pretty good. Hello. Let's go. So we're going to head over the rocky bit where we found the R87 a while ago. Take that shortcut through to the other main road and continue on pretty much directly up to Reactive Zone. So we'll see how we go. We might get into Reactive Zone today. That'll be about as far as I imagine we'll get. This could be a little bit challenging here on the rocky bits. We'll see how we go. I've got the Freightliner pretty close behind, but with this turn coming up here could be a bit scary. So I think we'll turn it off, drop it, and do this bit separately. Because there's a rock there that really would play havoc with the Freightliner. Just come over that rocky bit, across this nasty little crossing here, and try and rejoin ourselves back up again. So that's through the worst of it. doing exactly the same thing. Just work our way through with the Freightliner. Freightliner's finding it a little bit harder. It's not what I wanted. From the back so we can pull ourselves up a bit more. Something with a really good turning circle. It wasn't turning there much at all. I think we were bouncing the front wheels off the ground, so it wasn't getting any turn. Okay, we did it though. And there we are. Rightio, connect back up. One, yep. Through the mud hole, and then we should be back up to the main road that leads to the railway station. Yes, given our pace, I think we'll do well to even get out of Oviro Hills today, both trucks. But we'll see how we go again. This is about where I would have liked to have left the fuel carrier, but we can do that later on. Yeah, certainly when they're both tethered together, they can't go very fast. We do have a nice convoy going on. Looking good. And turn left up here and head up the way we often go, which will happily get us all the way up to the gateway. don't think there's any spots where we're going to be really badly impacted and have to detach, but we'll see. I can't think of any. You never know. I know there's a couple of very slow spots. But I don't think there's any spots where we're going to have to detach or won't be able to keep going together, I think. Back into high gear again so we can use our superpower. Avoid that mud. Ooh. Tree just caused us a bit of pain, so I have to try and miss it that way. That's a bit better. Right here. Just a momentary inconvenience. Come on. Get ourselves going. We'll take the low road this time. I'm not going to try and bump up those steps. We'll just run around the bottom end. Might be a bit tricky coming up this side, but I think we'll be okay. Definitely need to go down a gear though. We might have to just, turn off, disengage. We've got to do this separately. It's just a bit too hard. I'll just get along here to this flat bit and pull up again. Yeah, so each truck is capable of doing it on their own, but unfortunately it couldn't quite do it together. It's starting to get pretty light now too. So, what have we got for time? Coming up for 6 o'clock. Okay. We've got a little bit of time yet. 5 minutes. I don't think we're going to make it out of Oviro though. It'll be close, but not quite. Because there's some more slow going up here. Muddiness and the like. We may have to split and do it in 2 runs. I think. Turn him off. Let him go. We'll do this last part in 2 runs. Because as you can see, even the Mack isn't finding it easy with a full load of cargo on board. Almost back to the intersection where we left the fuel trailer. Yes, so this is quite muddy and slow going. Still, that's alright. You can see the gateway now. It's up there. So we're going to refuel. I'm going to offload that concrete block, unpack. So we're going to need it over here later on, not back in reactive zone. So that can just sit down there. Head on up and we'll park at the gateway, and that's pretty much where we'll end the day, I think. $7:37. So let's hop back in the Freightliner. Start our climb up the hill. But it is pretty much the end of the day. So we've done well today. We finished off the first task, so that was good, or the last contract, which I can't remember what it was called, where we dropped off the garbage. And then we've made huge inroads into static pressure. We won't finish it, obviously, but oh, not over there, sausage. Yeah, we won't finish it, but at least we'll be well on our way. Go that way. so I might pull up there because that's going to be close enough, 8 o'clock, and I'm not going to get all the way through. So we'll pause there and have a pretty darn good day. So we finished off Lost and Found was the contract we finished, so that was good. And today and tomorrow we'll do a bit more and get static pressure done, and then we'll switch over to the Kenworth again, do a little bit more work trying to get those power grids sorted. That's it for today though. Hope you enjoyed. It was an interesting day, a little bit of an unplanned activity there to bring the Freightliner into the game, but that's okay. I think it'll work out for the best. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again tomorrow as I continue on my adventures in SnowRunner. Thanks for watching, and bye for now. Bye-bye.